Alright, hey guys, it's me again, and today we're going to talk about the new shotgun status changes. And TLDR for the shotgun status changes is that most of the shotguns perform the same, if not better, with the new changes. However, for some reason, some of the new shotguns don't even follow the new rules. A perfect example of that would be the comb. The comb can hit over 300% status chance. Now I have a riven on this build, but without a riven, 210. Another shotgun where this is the case is the Exurgis. Even though the Exurgis has like a 36% base status chance, it can hit over 100% status chance with its stats per projectile. So effectively, those shotguns weren't affected by the changes. And the same thing goes for the Twin Comac, as it's the pistol version of the comb. Now, I'm not going to go over every shotgun. I'm just going to go over only the noteworthy ones. Because if I don't mention it, it's probably because it performs exactly the same as it did previously. So here's the build I'm going to be using on the comb. Now I was told that the status number on the comb is actually a visual bug, but when I actually shoot an enemy with it, it doesn't feel like a visual bug. I'm also using a similar build on the Twin Comac, where it's mainly a status oriented build, where I have damage and a 90% here, just because I can. So against our level 165 heavy gunner, comb actually performs better than it did previously. I've actually tried Viral, but Viral performs like noticeably worse on the comb for some reason. I'm not sure why that is, but I'm going to show you the Twin Comac. Which performs much better than it previously did, because this thing could barely kill anything without a riven. Now let's talk about the shotgun that got hit the hardest with the changes, and that is the Tigris Prime. The Tigris Prime still kills in the same amount of shots, it's just its damage over time is just, it doesn't do anything, really. I've tried Radiation Viral, which is the normal build you'd run. I've even tried Corrosive Blast, and it just performs the same, with Corrosive Blast performing slightly worse. But here's what the Tigris Prime looks like now. As you can see, that bleed damage is hardly anything. I'm proccing mostly elementals now. Oh, I actually gotta do a third burst. But that doesn't happen that often. Curious about Corrosive Blast, I'll show you what that's like. Bring out our heavy gunner. Oh, I missed a shot. But I wasn't gonna bleed him out anyways, even if I did hit that shot. Alright, so Editor Allblade here. I found a solution to make the Tigris Prime a little bit more consistent as far as slash and viral goes. It's just to cut out the radiation entirely, and you need a slash mod now, basically. Because it just doesn't proc slash very often without this, like, at all. And I threw in a status mod as well. Normally I'd run Seeking Fury in this slot, but I don't have enough Forma because I only normally run one Forma on this. And this will make this Tigris Prime more consistent and more like what it used to be. Yeah. But it's not the most consistent. As you'll see coming up, it's just highly not worth it to do this. Because there are way better alternatives that are way more consistent than this now. So don't bother. So the Tigris Prime isn't what it used to be, but something did rise in its place. With the changes to Viral, this made the crit shotguns much better, and that actually includes the Sancti Tigris. The Sancti Tigris is actually way better than the Tigris Prime. And this is the build I'm running. I'm not running two 60% because I'm just too lazy to format it back. Previously, the Sancti Tigris was known for just a raw damage build because it just can get so much damage that, like, crit and stats didn't really matter with this thing. But if you run a crit hard munitions build on this thing, if we bring back that heavy gunner, the Sancti Tigris kills in one shot. If you really like the previous Tigris Prime, you're going to want to pick up a Sancti Tigris instead now. Now this also mostly applies to the other crit shotguns, because the other crit shotguns can run honey munitions. The Corinth, for example, with a ideal hybrid build with Viral on it. The heavy gunner also dies in one shot. The Vacor Heck needs 2 shots, but it can do this in rapid succession. I have modus setup here, just because that's what I used to run on the Vacor Heck. You could just run Vigilante Armaments here, but it really doesn't make a huge difference. But the crit chance is nice to help me get a better chance of proccing hard munitions more. But the Vacor Heck needs 2 shots to kill. Now let's talk about the regular Heck, and honestly, now with the armor changes, this is a much better investment. As you'll see, even the regular Heck with a pretty noob-friendly build, it's not like a full build or anything, just Catalyst. This is actually a pretty solid now, and it scales pretty well. Seven shots. With honestly a bad build on the Heck. It's more aimed at new players, but with that build, that's not bad. That's actually pretty good for the mods we had on it. Now let's talk about the Strun Wraith. This is like my personal favorite shotgun for a while, and this performs about exactly the same as it previously did. Though since status isn't like as needed anymore, you could actually run 100 munitions down this thing. But I'm just gonna show you with the previous build, and then I'll show you with the new build. So you can see it just performs exactly the same as it used to, even though it cannot hit 100% status chance per pellet. So now here's the Strun Wraith with the new build. I think I'm gonna need 3 shots for this. We're gonna need only 2. So it kills in 2 shots with viral. So that means you can actually use 100 munitions on the Strun Wraith now that it doesn't need 3 status mods. The Sobek is more of a status shotgun, and since it's not like slash based or anything, and it doesn't have a much crit, I can't really put on viral, or it won't really benefit from viral at all. This is the build I'm running. I'm running corrosive and heat build. I would have needed fewer shots had the new impact changes not just make the enemy dance. But you can see the Sobek performs about the same as it used to, if not a little slightly better. Now let's look at the Exurgis. The Exurgis is actually slash based, but previously it didn't proc very much slash, and even now it really doesn't proc much slash for whatever reason. But this is the build I ran on it. You could probably run like magazine capacity. I know some people did that with a 2-shot Exurgis, and it did decently well. But I'm going to try out this build, and then I'm going to swap to Radiation Viral and see if we get anything different. And you can see we got 1 slash proc. So 2 shots, that enemy is gone. Now for Radiation Viral. We got 4 slash procs, but it's not doing a whole lot. So I'm going to try one more thing with this thing, and that is to completely remove the radiation and just swap it for status and slash. It's still only like 3 slash procs, so not, even then, not a whole lot of slash, but it did kill that enemy in 2 hits. But honestly, I'm still going to lean towards the corrosive because just the time to kill on that in general was better. Considering how much damage it just did to the enemy. Now let's talk about some of the pistol shotguns. The Maridetron is a pure elemental shotgun, and it actually ends up being slightly worse for whatever reason. But it doesn't do constant knockdowns anymore. I'm going to swap here. But it's not the worst thing in the world. But you have better options in the pistol slot, like the Twin Comac. The Tigris Prime performs actually better with these changes, and I'm not even running like a full damage build. I'm running this build mainly for its perk, its multi-kill perk, where it just pulls out a fucking second one and shoots faster, and gets like the magazine buff and everything. That's what this build is for. But this actually does fairly well. So crit shotguns are a bit more effective in this patch, thanks to the armor changes and the status changes. I don't really have to worry about real status anymore with this thing. And last we have the Kuva Brak. Now with the Kuva Brak, Cooperback could hit 100% status chance, but just to show you, since I'm not gonna be using my Riven for this test, I'm just gonna run Corrosive Heat, and it's impact based, so we're not gonna really benefit much from Slash or Viral here. And as you can see, it kills them pretty fast. So yeah, with the new shotgun status changes, somehow shotguns actually got better. And there's a lot more viable shotguns on top of that with the new armor changes. So honestly, status really isn't a huge concern anymore. Hybrid shotguns are pretty good now. And if I didn't cover a shotgun in this video, it's likely because it performs exactly the same. Like for instance, the Redeemer, which is, you know, the melee shotgun, it performs exactly the same as it did previously. So that's why I'm not going to cover like shotguns like that. But I just picked some fan favorites that I knew some of you guys would want to see. But yeah, that's shotgun changes. They're pretty good. Pick up a Sancti Tigris if you really like the Tigris Prime. Or if you really like the Corinth. For example, I really didn't like the Corinth before the patch. And now after the patch, the Corinth is actually a solid weapon now. It's pretty good. Like the only downside to the Corinth is the new impact changes now. The impact changes, for whatever reason, it's got impact and it's got blast. And its alt fire launches the enemies in the air. So the alt fire is completely dead and it's not worth using anymore. But that's fine because we actually have actual grenade launchers that do things now with these self-damage changes. So it's not even that bad anymore. So you actually want to use the Corinth for the shotgun now. Anyway guys, that's all for me. I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.